Yes, sir. Your boy is back, man. You already know it's Xavier, X still free, here to bring you some of the news that's going on in sports today. We just had the playing tournament, the Eastern Conference side of it, that went on last night. And I just want to give a shout out to all four teams in there. They're the lowest seeded teams, but we have one of the teams, the 76ers, one of the teams, if their leader wasn't down, they wouldn't even be in this position in the first place. Um, who was it? 76ers, Chicago Bulls, Miami Heat, and Atlanta Hawks. The first one we're going to talk about is the first one that went on. Let's just get into it. Honestly, now, matter of fact, we're going to talk about Chicago Bulls and Atlanta Hawks. Trae Young, what's going on with you, my boy? This year has not been a year for you. Sure, you've been injured. You came back a little late, where DeJounte Murray got his groove going, and the rest of the team started moving and grooving with each other. You know what I mean? So it's not a good look for you that you came in and you were just looking lackluster. That's one. Two, out of everybody in this entire court, and all the basketball players that touched foot on that court, you were supposed to be the best player out there at what you do. Offensively, you're supposed to be the maestro. You're supposed to have that offense flowing, pick and roll, putting up floaters, lobs, and having people, you know, creating mismatches for your team to benefit off of. But you had Kobe White out there looking like best, the best player out there. Don't get me wrong. NBA players are all NBA players. They're in there for a reason. They're all talented. But when we looking at this matchup, Trae Young, you're supposed to be the best player, the best guard out there. And Kobe White has shown everybody that this season, this regular season explosion is no fluke. He's going to come out and do the same thing in the playoffs. And that's what he did. Kobe White simply took over the game. It's really nothing more to this. Kobe White was the best player on the floor. Shout out to him. Shout out to Chicago Bulls for beating the Atlanta Hawks and ending their season. And hopefully they can move forward and do something, because there's got to be some type of change that's going on, because you can't come in with the same roster and think you're going to go ahead and get to an Eastern Conference Finals like you did 2, 3 years ago. Not like this. It's not going to happen. All right, now let's get to the main game. The main one, everyone's going to talk about. It's the Miami Heat versus Philadelphia 76ers. As I already said at the intro, Philadelphia shouldn't even be in this position. They're a victim of circumstances where Joel Embiid hurt himself, where not just their season as a team has been messed up, Joel's possibility to have back-to-back MVPs has been messed up, because MVP, Joel Embiid was already going to be the MVP. He's my MVP this season anyway. It don't matter what happens, who wins it. And I understand just because he got hurt, obviously he can't win it. He ain't played enough games. And of course, it's going to be it. But a healthy Joel Embiid wins this easy. But honestly, this game simply was unfair to the Miami Heat. They came in, played fantastic defense, had Philadelphia screwed up. They didn't know what was going on. Came out, had a big lead. End of the first quarter, Jimmy Butler goes ahead and get hurt. It's really nothing like this is basketball. This is gonna happen. Injuries happen, and it sucks because I had Miami winning this game. A hobbled Joel Embiid still gonna go ahead and put up good numbers. Still gonna do what he got to do for the team. Become a focal point on offense that'll lead to other people getting easier shots. But a hobbled Joel Embiid cannot beat this Miami Heat team that Eric Spoelstra, Jimmy Butler, and Bam Adebayo has been head of. And the beginning of the game completely showed that. So it's just like any look, this is basketball. I'm not gonna sit here and say like they shouldn't have won, but we seen how it was going. They wasn't gonna win. That's at least how I felt. It was. I mean, it was only first quarter. It's always time will tell, but a healthy Jimmy Butler moving on the court, they're not gonna win this one. But we got to give a shout out to Batum. I'm in my PlayStation chat watching the game with some of my homies. We playing the game, watching the game, all of that good stuff. And in the middle of it was early in the game. Batum took a shot and missed. And obviously Philly was down. They like, oh man, one of the he loves Philadelphia. This is his team. He's like, oh, we definitely lost. We got Batum in the game, and then I'm advocating for Batum. I think for his role, he does what he has to do. He's like a Derek White of the forward position. He goes in, blue collar, does his job, and plays his role and let the stars be the stars while he plays his role and does all the things he can do. And I'm advocating for him. I'm like, nah, Batum was big for y'all ending this season. He played good ball. You know what I mean? He did the things that he had to do, and it's just you look at him, you're like, yo, he plays his role to a T, and he's fantastic at it, right? So that's what I was saying. And he's like, nah, we got Batum. And I'm like, all right, cool. Next thing you know, Batum go crazy in the second half. And I'm just like, yo, I told you so. Batum just does what he has to do out there. You leave him open, he's going to make his shots. You force him, you close out on him, he could put the ball down and do a little move. Not that crazy, but he could make a little, you know what I'm saying? So it's just like, you gotta give Batum his flowers. That's all it is. And this is just basketball for us. We deal with injuries. And like I said at the beginning, Philadelphia shouldn't even be in this position, but dealing with injuries they are. And then last night, I think Miami Heat lost that game because they dealt with an injury early on. And it's just like it equals the playing field. Your best players are both hobbled, but they're still in this game, playing the game because this is what they want. This is what they played 82 games for a while. Played as much games for. It's for these moments, and they're going to play these moments. That's why you got to love these players. So that's just really how I felt. I'm glad they're moving on. Miami Heat have another chance. Damn, who do they play? I'm tripped because I don't know. I'm tripping. I'm not even looking at anything. But Miami Heat have another chance. They're not totally out of it. Hopefully Butler's knee feels fine because he screamed loud as hell and still stood in the game. That's grit and grind. So, but you already know the vibes, man. Like, share, summon, all the above. Your boys are signing out. I talked too long. It's been 10 minutes and I talked way too long. Thank you.